This is the Ibala on our changing world. I'll be right back. Please stay with me. I refused to cancel my wedding after a heartbreaking family tragedy. This is the topic. That's what I'm going to talk about today and get your opinion. So, Kate, she shared her tragedy. Her wedding day, dreamed of for years, became her most traumatic experience, all due to a choice she now struggles with on a daily basis. So she wants some advice. So she comes to social media seeking that advice. And here's what she wrote: My brother Mark and I have always been close. He is my older brother, my protector, the one who has always been there for me. But in the months leading up to my wedding, our relationship changed. His wife, Sarah, had been battling cancer for a long time. Now, we all hoped she would beat it, but the disease was relentless. A week before my wedding, she passed away. The loss was devastating. Mark was shattered, and our whole family was drowning in grief. So, Kate, Kate and her older brother Mark had always been close, but as her wedding approached, their bond shifted. Mark's wife Sarah had been battling cancer for a long time, and despite everyone's hopes, she passed away just a week before Kate's wedding. The celebration had been in the works for over a year, with guests traveling from all over the country. She felt conflicted. Now, Sarah, who was like a sister to her, wouldn't have wanted her to pause her life. She was selfless and believes in celebrating life, even in the face of sorrow. I don't think it's a good thing for Kathy to make this kind of assumption in a situation like this. You know, I mean, Sarah's not here to defend herself. So, I'll leave that alone. Kate decided not to cancel her wedding. She decided not to cancel the wedding, convincing herself it would be a tribute to Sarah, a celebration of life and love despite the loss. Her parents were initially hesitant, but eventually supported her choice, understanding how much the day meant to her. Mark, however, reacted differently. Though he didn't express it directly, the anger and hurt were clear in his eyes when she informed him of her decision. Well, I think that was a clear expression that he wasn't happy with her decision. You know. She's claiming here that anger and hurt were clear in his eyes. I don't think, I mean, it wasn't happiness. So he really didn't have to say it verbally, it was clear right there. Now, on the wedding day, Kate tried to set the situation, the tension aside, hoping for a perfect day filled with love and joy, despite the heavy atmosphere. I mean, I don't see how it's either one or the other. I don't see how both could be possible in a day like that. Everything went smooth until the reception. So she wrote, my brother, who had been quiet all wedding day, suddenly stood up during the toast. I thought he was going to share a memory of Sarah. Instead, he did the unthinkable. Well, let's see if he's going to actually share a memory of Sarah, because that's what she's saying. She thought he was going to do that. He started his speech by acknowledging the pain of losing Sarah, which I expected. But then he turned the whole room upside against me. He told everyone that I had refused to cancel my wedding, that I had chosen to celebrate while he was drowning in grief. He painted me as selfish, uncaring, and heartless. The room fell into a stunned silence. Every eye on me. I could feel the judgment, the whispers starting to spread like wildfire. Mark prepared the next part of his revenge. But that wasn't the worst part. She's continuing here. Mark had prepared a slideshow, supposedly to honor Sarah. As the image began to play, or rather the images begin to play, Kate realized what he had done. The slideshows weren't just of Sarah, it was filled with photos of Kate from the past few weeks. Some were candid shots where she looked stressed or upset, while others captured her smiling and laughing with friends. There were even pictures from the last family gathering showing Kate in moments of joy. The message was clear. How could she be happy while Mark was suffering? Hmm, this is a tough one. It was a brutal public humiliation. Kate felt like she couldn't breathe as her wedding day fell apart around her. Her husband tried to pull her away, but she was frozen, overwhelmed by the shame. Some guests shifted uncomfortably, while others looked at her with disapproval. When the sideshow was finally ended, Mark walked out, not even staying to witness the aftermath of his actions. I don't know about that. Why should he stay to witness some aftermath? He's upset. He's saddened. Well, let's go on. Kate's parents were horrified, and her friends tried to comfort her. But the damage was done. What should have been the happiest day of her life had turned into a nightmare. So Kate's story continues. She stopped communicating with her brother. Since the day since that day, Kate hasn't spoken to Mark. She has tried reaching out, apologizing, and explaining herself, but he wasn't listening. He believes she betrayed him in the worst way possible. And Kate isn't sure if their relationship will ever recover. Though Kate is still married, her wedding day is forever tainted. Every time she thinks about it, she feels a mix of guilt and anger. She wonders if she made the wrong decision, if she should have postponed the wedding, if there was a way to make everyone happy. But there's no going back. All she can do now is move forward, living with the consequences of a decision that changed everything. So, Kate, thank you for your story. So, this is what you should do. Maybe, you want to talk one on one with someone about this, or in a group, maybe, and vote and do a vote. So, you know, we are curious to see how you would handle a situation where the happiest day of your life becomes a nightmare due to a decision that you have made. I mean, what would you have done if you were in Kate's shoes? What would you have done? One thing that Kate didn't say anything about was her husband. I mean, no mention was made of him, so I wonder if he should be part of this story. So, what do you think? This is a tough one, really, not an easy one, the way I see it. Well, what's your opinion? This is the eyeballer on our changing world.